All right, Ron, frustrated theft victim has turned to Seattle justice. Going to try to track down a porch pirate here. So is this the new normal? I know you've been through this. What would you do? Someone went up to Mary Roy's Green Lake home. This is on Wednesday. They stole a package of leggings. I said leggings. Not to be confused with jeggings. These are leggings, people, right? And they took them from her porch. And she's not waiting for police. She wants the leggings back. And she wants the leggings back now. No word on whether these had a reinforced toe or not. We can't be sure.
Sure.
But my mom back in the day wore the leggings, reinforced toe, not afraid to wear an open pair of sandals with that. But that is the way that Ginny rolled back in the day. And it was taupe, typically taupe and the little egg, and you pull that out, and those are
I
the
love
leggings.
the egg.
Yeah,
I used to get the eggs.
Did your mom wear
Those are the pantyhose.
the pantyhose?
Right.
Yeah. So anyway,
Where are my knee highs?
there you go. She does have video of him. They've plastered posters of the suspected thief of these leggings all over the neighborhood. There are photos up now, video on the neighborhood website. She says over 100 people have contacted her saying that they've seen the guy with the leggings on, which is an outrage. Have we decided that Seattle now is cool with this kind of vigilante justice, Ron, if you're out there looking for your leggings tonight?
I don't know if is this really vigilante? Like, vigilante justice to me means that you see the guy and then you don't call the cops and you tackle him and you subdue him yourself to retrieve the leggings.
And take your leggings back.
This seems like they're sort of alerting the neighborhood and getting the word out there. Listen, there's an epidemic right now in our town of petty thievery where people are emboldened by what they see. Like, if you don't think in the same way that you have a cycling community or I circle around in like poker community, have friends, people that are petty thieves, there is a community. And when they recognize, it's like, oh, so-and-so stole 17 bikes, and then he finally got caught, and he was out in 2 hours, and that case went nowhere. When that story starts to circulate in that community, they go, huh, well, maybe I shouldn't be hesitant to go out there. And then they hear another story. It's like, oh, I mean, remember that guy that was stealing all the Amazon boxes? Boy, he got 63 Amazon boxes before he got caught. And then when he did get caught, they gave him a slap on the wrist, and he was back, or he or she was back out the next day, and that thing never went to trial. Those messages, I believe, have circulated among a certain set of people in our area, and it's a brazenness now that I have never seen. And there really is, like, tell me what the consequence is. It's really consequence free right now because Amazon is so good at customer service and worried about their reputation that if you're a customer in good standing that doesn't abuse the return policy, they're going to send you a new thing.
Right.
They just write it off in the same way.
Cost of doing business.
The QFC just writes off all the times that people steal a bottle of booze. They just write it off.
Do you remember
built into the price?
Remember last year a guy who got caught, and speaking of groups of people that work together, he was going up to Green Lake here. And and I noticed this with my son when I went to get him a stroller. You can't just go out and buy a stroller anymore. You have to buy a stroller system. And there's all kinds of things that snap together and snap off, and they're 4-wheel drive and 6-wheel drive. And it's like some of these strollers, especially the side-by-sides when you have twins, are just incredible, right? And you have to have a different stroller if you're running or if you're going to the store, you're jumping on a plane or whatever.
They have like heated seats and cup holders.
Yeah,
and it's crazy.
Windshield wipers. There are different strollers, different stroller systems for everything. Well, what he was doing is going up to Green Lake, him and some of his friends, and they'd steal these strollers, and they'd steal bikes, and they would steal scooters, anything they could find. And they would pack those into vans and trucks, and then they would send them down to Portland. Down in Portland, using the same truck, they would steal the same kind of items down in Portland, and yet they would ship them back up here to Seattle. So then when you jumped on Craigslist, if you're on Craigslist buying this stuff, and it took them a long time to get caught, and it was brand new stuff, and people were like, wow, these things are amazing. This stroller system is amazing. Yeah, because when you're up here in Seattle, you're buying a stroller system from Portland, and if you're down in Portland, you're buying a stroller system from Seattle. And he was able to pull this off for months and months and months and months, and made over, I think it was $1.2 million.
Wow,
doing this. So that's not petty crime right there. That's not petty thievery. And I noticed this too when I was remodeling my house. It was the same type of thing. A lot of things that I ordered from contractors or from Amazon. Many things, including a sink. I had a sink that was stolen off my porch.
Everything and the kitchen sink?
Yeah, the sink, for whatever reason, the sink it got stolen off my porch 3 different times, and I finally had to come up with a different place where items could be put because they would just get.
Oh, I got a mailbox finally.
Yeah.
I just pay for a mail service because stuff was getting stolen.
Yeah, and I started to wonder, is there somebody on the and I'm not saying this is true, but is there somebody on the truck that's calling one of their friends and saying, hey, I got another sink. I'm going to O'Neill's house, and I'm dropping this thing
No,
off.
I don't think. They're too busy.
The guys on the truck?
Oh, yeah.
People follow the trucks, though.
Oh, they
follow
do.
the trucks.
There you go. People probably follow the truck.
I hope that
somehow, some way, someone had some inside information that there was this sink that was always going to my house. And finally, we had to hide it somewhere. And on the fourth try, I was able to finally get my kitchen sink. I think you have to be careful though when you're going after leggings. Chances are there's probably somebody out there that now that's down to 30s and 40s overnight that may need those leggings more than you do.
They don't know that it's leggings.
Even know
it's
that
in an Amazon box.
But this person knows it's leggings, and I don't know that I go completely sideways and start putting up video because someone took some leggings. On the other hand, again, if these are jeggings, that's a different story. If these are jeggings, then you want your jeggings back.
I would be interested if you caught someone red-handed like I did, stealing my cooler, if you would chase them the same way that I did. Because instinct takes over. And I've seen your closing speed. You have great closing speed.
Not anymore.
You have in-game football instincts where you have a great angle of pursuit.
But what is he going to do when he gets him?
Oh, he's going to drop into an athletic stance, and then he's going to drive through.
Yeah.
Head up, shoulders back. He's in a hitting position.
Right.
He's going to drive through.
Yeah.
You act like you're hitting behind the guy, like you just go through the sternum and you wrap up.
You know what? I think I learned my lesson. One, when I tried to save you in a bar one night when we were in our 20s. That was a mistake. That man was huge. And you didn't stick around.
That's because I saw how big he was.
And it was your date's husband.
Ex.
Oh, that's not what she said.
Or
he
whatever
said.
it was.
Anyway.
I was the smart one.
And then in Dallas,
assess the situation.
When I tried to jump in and save the cop, and I ended up getting maced as a result of that. Yeah. Here's the amazing thing. A lot of people that live on the streets now carry mace with them. So you have to be very, very careful about who you decide to go after and why, because they are not afraid to use weapons against you, and they are not afraid to mace you. So isn't that true, KIRO 7?